If you're setting up a home studio, you may want to install a roll of seamless paper. It's very versatile as a backdrop. Now I'm moving mine from one wall to this one. So let me show you how I'm going to install that. Welcome to the Naked Photographer, where I'll be exposing myself. No, I won't. That sounded better in my head. When I make the video sitting at the table, I'm actually sitting with my back against this wall facing this one over here. And I have a roll of seamless paper just taped up. But I'm moving everything around so that I can put the seamless here up above the doors and I can lower down. So I bought a few different things to install it. So let me show you what I've got here. I have from B&H, I have the Impact brand Varidrive. I've not opened any of these yet, so let's open them up and see what's in there. I have the Varidrive. I have a wall-mounted background holder hook, and I have the this background holder cross pole. And then what I'm putting up is a 9-foot seamless paper from Savage. So let's see what's inside these packages here. We've got a counterweight. Here's the chain. So these are the actual drive pieces. They go into the end of the seamless paper, and then you turn this and it makes the plastic core expand and grip the cardboard core. This one has the gear for the chain to go over. So we'll use that. Now like I said, all of these are Impact brand. That's B&H's house brand. They did not sponsor this video, but I like them because they're less expensive than, say, Manfrotto. But I find the quality to be just as good. All right, this is the counterweight. So the chain will thread through here and then dangle up, and this will allow it to keep the chain from going up. All right, so I've got those. I've got a wall-mounted background holder hook. So these are metal hooks that will go up on the wall, and then this part will slide down into there, and the roll will extend from that. So I've got 2 hooks, one for either side, and looks like screws and anchors to mount them. Now, if you saw the video on how I put up my lighting accessories, I like things to be mounted into studs. Those are very light, and I still did it. This is going to be much heavier. Roll of Seamless is not exactly lightweight. They have anchors in here. I just don't trust anchors in sheetrock. I think the anchors are strong enough. I don't think the sheetrock is strong enough. So I am actually going to be mounting a piece of wood into the studs themselves, and then this will be mounted into the wood. And I feel like that's just a little bit more secure. It's my own paranoia. You can do whatever you want. All right, let's look at this. This is the cross pole. So there is, if you've ever looked at a seamless paper, there is a cardboard core in the paper, but under the weight of a 9-foot roll, it can still sag. So the aluminum core is meant to take care of the sag. So I'm gonna have to cut that open. Because if you get sag in the center, then your seamless will not hang straight and you won't get that smooth, unblemished background. And it's just what it sounds like. It is just an aluminum pole, nothing down in there. There is a hole here. So this one has the mating end that goes into here, and then a bolt which takes this little Allen wrench. So these two are going to go together, and then the Allen wrench will push that apart when it's inside the pole and keep them tightly together. So I want to set this aside for right now. I'll put this in, put it together and put it into the paper when we are just about done. I am going to use this board. This is just a piece of pre-cut board from Lowe's. It's a 3-foot long, 4-inch wide, 1/2-inch thick board. I'm going to cut it in half, mount half over on this end, then half down here for the these hooks to go into, so that this would be mounted in studs. So let me go outside and cut this real quick. Okay, I've got the board cut and I've got a little step ladder. Now I need to be able to have enough room for this part because I want the chain to go on this part of the wall. Otherwise, I'll be blocking my closet. I don't want to do that. So this needs to be in this area. I need my board to be up in here, thereabouts. So I need to mark my studs, see where I'm going to screw that in. Okay, looks like my only stud is actually right here, part of the structure of the door frame. So this is the only place I'm actually going to have screwed into a stud, and that's fine. I thought that might have been a possibility. Let's put 2 screws in there. Okay, so that's in. It is level. Now I need to figure out roughly where this one's going to go. Does not need to be perfect in terms of distance because I've got plenty of wiggle room on where the hooks can go on there. We can figure up the length of the paper and get a good distance. We can go ahead and put one of these in if we like at this point. It's going to be this one for the chain. So this would fit in like this and just go up here in this area. It's actually pretty good kind of there. It's not too close to the ceiling so the roll won't get bound up there. What I might do is put 1 screw, because it takes 2. I might just put 1 in there so that I can allow it to kind of rotate to level once I put the metal beam in and put the level on the beam or the cross pole. All right, let's measure 9 feet here. So that being 9 feet here, then what I'm going to do is put my board to kind of span across. So let me see where my studs are for this one. It says I've got a stud here. So I've got 1 hook there. Don't quite know the distance on that one yet. So let's put this rod together, this pole, and we'll get our distance from that. Okay, that's together. Now we will put this end in. So I was about to go ahead and hook that up, and I thought I should probably go ahead and check how long this cross pole is. I already measured the length of the paper, and I know that is 1/2 inch shy of 9 foot. This is about 2 inches shy of 9 feet. So if I pushed this all the way in and then did the other side, once I put my hook up and put that in, it would have been too narrow. So I need to make sure I give myself enough room. Now I will tell you about these things. So on the end that doesn't have the chain, let me put this on my shoulder so it doesn't wreck the ceiling. So on this end, there's this piece that you can loosen and it slides up and down. So this is to fine tune your distance for the actual paper. So I can go ahead and put all of this into the hole and tighten it up and then adjust this for the length. So if I actually make the hooks too wide, I am not out of luck because the paper will move. Well, rather, this will give me extra room. So I can go ahead and just play it safe and put it all the way at the other end. And all I'm doing is moving this up and down until my level says it's there. Now is the part where I'll actually put the paper on. I have not attached the other screw into this hook yet. It's because I haven't quite got it level yet. So I'll deal with that last. I need to take the end out of the core on one end or the other. I'm going to choose this end because it's easier for me to get to. Let's get the paper in here. Okay, now a word about this thing. The metal core is a smaller diameter than the paper core. That makes it easy to insert, but also means that when you're turning the chain to lift the paper up, it doesn't grab the paper core and therefore it just spins without doing anything. So to solve that, you will need some gaffer's tape, which I've got somewhere in this room. And you're going to need to put some around the metal core and then shove it down in there to stay. Essentially, I want to shove this through the other end, tape it, pull it back through, and then attach this side. I've got about an inch and a half sticking out. So I'm going to stick some gaffer's tape around it and we'll pull it through. All right, so I got that end. Now I'm going to pull this through, maybe. Maybe. Ah, there we go. Phew. All right, just enough. Push this end in. Let's put it up there and check for level one last time. Okay. Whew. This is easier with two people, by the way. That paper gets heavy really quick. Now, I've got the thumb screw down there loose. It is not supposed to be tight all the way. If it is, it won't allow it to roll. But you are supposed to be able to control the tension with it. Yeah, now it's going to do its thing. All right, so let's just check level one last time. Perfect. Okay. So now the chain. Just make sure it's not all kinked up, which it is. This plastic chain works okay. There's a metal chain too, but it's a lot more expensive. But for the home studio, oops, plastic works just fine. You can get a few different colors. Okay, so we got that. All it does, there's this plastic square around the gear up here. Just thread it up and over and then back down. Just make sure you're within that square, front and back. So I'm going to thread it through and I'm going to put it on the gear. There we go. Okay. Let's get that out of the way. And now we've got the counterweight. Just simply threads through, snaps in. And you can remove links to change the height. Right now I've got the full chain on there. If I find my 4-year-old playing with it, I'll probably take the height so he can't reach it. But otherwise, that is it. Let's move that out of the way. Let's try it out. And there we go. So now, when I'm doing a video with my table, I'll have it here instead of on this wall, and that gives me a little bit more camera space. But it's that simple. You can scoop it all the way down on the floor if you need to. Here you could do a full-length portrait, and it's pretty simple. It's straightforward. Get the hooks, put them up there, make sure everything is level. It does go easier to people, but I don't have a second person right now. Just mount it in studs if possible. I don't trust those anchors. There are other anchors out there, but I just don't trust the drywall to be strong enough for the weight. To recap, put one hook in there, stretch it across, make sure the other one is level. But before I set the other hook, I put the paper on there, made sure that was level. I did have to adjust this hook just a little bit up and down and reset it to get the paper level. But that metal core is now going to keep the center from sagging, which would create a bow in the paper and it wouldn't be smooth like this. So get one of those. They work pretty well, but they are smaller than the diameter of the paper core that this is wound in. So I just put about 5 or 6 wraps around with gaffer's tape, and then that tightened it up really, really well. Now all I have to do is just play with the tension of that screw just a little bit, just so that it doesn't pull itself down all the way just from its own weight. But otherwise, I'm done. So thank you for watching. Hope this helps you get your own seamless paper put up. If you've been thinking about it and didn't quite know where to start, this is it. Hooks, core, paper, chain. Not that hard. Just make sure you're level, make sure it's anchored solid. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll keep making videos for you.